welcome to the first episode of the Curly Fisherman. Today you join me on the banks of Tockenham Reservoir. Now, I'll explain a little bit about the lake in a while, but I've literally been here 25-30 minutes, picked a swim because there was some bubbling in, some proper fizzing going off down the margin. So down there, hopefully you can see, I've got a net with a fish, but I've got the rods back out. So I'll just flip this camera around a minute. Not massive, but a fish is a fish, and that's what matters to me. So I've got the rods back out again, like I said. Left hand rod, I've just got down, literally the fizzing was just down, sort of right here, probably only about 8 yards. And the right hand rod is 4 wraps out to a spot of fizzing I've seen straight out in front of me. So yeah, they're set up and back out on the spots. So yeah, I'll get set up and I'll show you this fish. Let's have a look at this one then. Like I said, turning up, there's some fizzing down in my margin, so got the rod straight out and got this lively, absolute lively common. It's been in the net for about 10 minutes, so it's regained all his energy. Proper cricket back common, £10, 12 ounce. So yeah, can't grumble at that. Just on a snowman with a bug bottom bait, one of the salted bottom baits, and then a half-tone pink pop-up. Show you the other side in a minute. Oh, soaked. Good job it's going to be warm. I'm going to dry out today. There you go, there's the other side quickly. So yeah, can't grumble at that at all. First fish, hopefully there's some more fizzing down there every now and again, so hopefully we can get a couple more fish. Now this fish has got a bit of a gammy mouth, so I am going to, just got some intensive care from the Gardener range. I'm just going to put on its mouth. Back in the water. Literally, size is irrelevant on this water. Yeah, any fish to me is just appreciated the same. Getting some oxygen through his gills again. There he goes, off to fight another day. Happy days. So just another quick one as well. When I'm fishing, I always like to get my cradle out so it's ready if I was to catch a fish. You know, I'll have a cradle there. Next to it, I've got a bucket which will have some water in it. Obviously, every time I get a fish, it's like if I was to catch a fish now, this water's probably been here for 2 or 3 hours now, which is actually quite warm. So I'd empty that, a fresh bucket of lake water, splash the mat off so it's nice and cool, get another bucket of water, like that, another bucket of water so it's nice and cool. I've got my scales at 0 to my wet sling, I've got some Gardener intensive care, there's antibacterial and antifungal spray. Amazing stuff this is stuff I've always used, so I'll always have that as well to put on any sort of lifted scales or wounds or hook holds. But yeah, I'll have my sling, which is just hanging up and drying in the tree. But I'll have it all there so that it's all ready. Every time I catch a fish, like now, you can see like that's drying out. That is probably quite warm, which it is. Like, you know, splash a whole cold bucket of water over that, drain it out, get another bucket of water, so that when the fish is on the bank, you can keep it cold, wet, and just, especially when it's hot like this, get it all sort of done as quick as you can, as safely as you can, and get the fish back to the water. So just sat here, sort of having a look at that picture of that fish, and it sort of come to me that I recognise it. Now, I don't know if that is the same fish. To me it looks very, very, very similar. Now this fish I caught back on the 30th of April 21, so that's like 2 years ago, which is when I last had a ticket here. Yeah, to me, I don't know, I really do think it looks very similar, with the sort of pencil straight back, and the mouth as well. I don't know, put in the comments what you think. I think it is. So just a quick run through the bait that I'm using now. This is 50% whole bug boilies, and then I've got, that's 15mm boilies. Then I've got 25% of the mix being 15mm bug boilies chopped in half. Then I've got 25% of the mix crushed, sort of just sort of squeezed between hands and rolled up into like big lumps, big lumps, small lumps, powder. I've got some S7 liquid. I've got some liver extract and also some hot tuna oil in there, just give it a bit slick. And then some hemp and some cord. Not a lot because the bream do move in on that, but yeah, that's just enough. You know, sloppy consistency, but it's heavy, so it will sink down to the bottom. And yeah, hopefully that dragged the fish down. Well, it has dragged the fish onto the spot this morning. So yeah, when I redid this rod, which is just down here, I put another 4 or 5 scoops over the top. It's probably only about a third of a kilo. So yeah, fingers crossed. Although that wind is hacking in here, it's a lovely warm wind, which is why I think the fish are up here. So yeah, I'll update you if anything happens. So I got the trusty old rig wallet out, pretty empty. I mean, I never really have much done. Got my solid bag rigs. I used to use them a lot here, but since they put new bream in, that's all I seem to get with them. Over here I've got some Ronnies. Don't use them that often, but they're there for when I need them. And the main 2 rigs I use are my multi-rigs, and then I've just got standard snowman rigs, which I've got one on my left hand rod now. The rig I'm using on my left hand rod now is just a 12-inch boom down to a size 6 crank barbless. I've just got a kicker on the eye, a bit of tubing opposite the bend, and then I've got about an inch, I don't know, probably inch and a half hair, as you can see. It's just so I can get 2 boilies on. Well, snowman to bottom bait. I'm using 15mm bottom baits, 12mm pop-ups, and that's just being balanced out by the weight of the hook, which is nice. So yeah, hopefully one of them go very soon. So just a little update. Got about 2 hours left for my session now. I've just put a zig out because I can see some fish moving in the water, sort of 45-50 yards out in front of me. So I've just put a zig out 2 foot below the surface. But I still do keep getting bubbles, patches of bubbles and fizzing coming up on my left arm margin rod. So I've freshened that rig up, put new bait on it, put that back out, and then put 3 or 4 scoops of bait over the top of it. But yeah, I'm just going to keep that down there, hoping that maybe them patches of bubbles and feeding fish can find my hook bait. I've just gone with the snowman rig on that one, which I'll show you in a minute, and then obviously I've got an adjustable zig. It's about 16 foot out in front of me, so I've got an adjustable zig with a 3 foot hook length. Sorry. Yeah, and that's out, like I say, about 45-50 yards, and I've popped it up to the surface and then wound it down 5 feet, so it should be about 2 foot below the surface. But yeah, that's where I'm going to start, and then I can obviously, over the next sort of hour and a half, 2 hours, I can adjust the depth, whether I think I need to go down or whether I think I need to come closer to the surface. I can do that as well. But yeah, like I say, the sun's coming out now, so it's got a lot warmer. The wind is still hacking in my face, so hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to update on really. But like I say, I do keep getting patches of bubbles come up off the baited spot on the margin, so fingers crossed for that one. And then it was just sort of a chance because with the jig, there's fish moving around. They may be up for feeding, taking that, I don't know. I've just got a 18mm what is it? Got an 18mm krill pop up on that. That's been soaking for about a year in some squid and krill glug. So I've done that and I've trimmed that down. So it's probably about 14-15mm. But that's tight to the shank of a size 8 curved barbless raw here. So that's out there as well. But yeah, so just hopefully, fingers crossed, if anything happens, then I'll update you. That's it for the first session of the Curly Fisherman. I really do hope you like it. Any tips, hints on filming, vlogging, whack them down in the comments. Honestly, I really appreciate it. So if you did like the video, then please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Coming to this channel now will be sort of a variety of different fishing. There might be some tench fishing up at Hawcott Lakes, there'll be some river fishing going on soon, there'll be some sort of floating feeder fishing on lakes, on canals, on the river, there'll be some sea fishing, there'll be various different carp fishing videos going up. Thanks for watching.